Hey everybody, it's your girl Pumpkin. Some of you guys know me as Ariana, but for like my internet personality, I'm gonna be Pumpkin. Pumpkin is like my stripper name, and honestly, how I picked Pumpkin, it was literally just a random thought. Cause like I didn't like when I started stripping, I didn't know like girls actually picked like they picked regular names. There was Charlotte, there was Cindy. Like obviously, and like the gentleman's club, it's like basically like a fantasy. So like most people don't really use their real names. So I just went on and just said, like Pumpkin, because I had this orange hair persona, because it like matched my name or whatever. So despite me having like purple hair, my name is Pumpkin. But yeah, so I'm gonna be talking to you guys about like how to get into the stripping industry, at least in Detroit. I know if you go to like Dearborn and like maybe Inkster, it pretty much depends on the club that you go to. But when you specifically go to Detroit, because those were the clubs I was working at, you needed this thing called like a dance card, or as the police would call it, like a cabaret license. So I'm pretty sure you guys want to know how I got into dancing, and honestly, guys, I don't even know. I know it was like literally just out of impulse. I just randomly said, let me like show you guys my face. Okay, so I just randomly said, hey, I wanted to be a dancer, and I knew a girl that I, like had grew up with, not fully, but like we met in like childhood, like when I was like a just stupid hair. Like when I was like a child, basically. That's pretty much how we met. Um, so yeah. Oh, and then there was this other childhood friend of mine that wanted to dance, but she ended up leaving, so we couldn't really dance together at that time. So me and my childhood friend, we was talking about it. I was getting all excited. I brought some dance wear, like okay, batteries low, 10%. Okay, so you know how lace dresses, lace like outfit, like one piece. I mostly had one piece. I didn't really wear a two-piece set. But yeah, so me and my childhood friend, to get your cabaret license, first you have to go to the 34th District Court. And when you're going to the 34th District Court, that's in Detroit, either 34 or 36, one of the two Detroit courts. And so when you go there, you got to get this thing called a clearance. And basically, what a clearance is, it's pretty much where you go to the police station, or at least the court. You go to the courthouse, and they pretty much type in your driver's license to make sure that you don't have any debt, basically, like you don't owe any tickets, or like there's not any warrant out for your arrest or anything. So that's pretty much what the clearance is. Like you're pretty much safe and all good to go with the cops or whatever. And when I went to get my cabaret license, it was only $5. So like by the time you're watching the video, if it's not $5, don't type in the comments saying it's more. But when I went, it was $5. So after we got our clearance, then we had to go to the Detroit police station or Detroit Police Department. One of them. It's pretty much like a Detroit police station. When you pull into the driveway, there's like a bunch of cop cars or whatever. And so we're going there because that's where you get your cabaret license. So you got to turn in your clearance and you go there. Oh, I forgot something. So when we went for the club, because we started at Players. So for Players had an agent, and you pretty much had to like sign on with that agent before you could start working there. So we talked to the agent. The agent sold us this like application. He only charged us $20, and pretty much we filled it out, and like he signed his signature and everything. So that's also where we turned into the police station. We gave them the signed paper from an agent, and then we also gave them that the clearance. And so there, I'll put in like little videos of their little machine, but you pretty much gotta enter your whole information. So like your name, your address. I think they asked for a social security number. I don't even remember. But you gotta put in all your personal information. And then, because they charge you $10 for something at first. So the first thing you pay is for the $10. And then after that, you sit down and you wait for a lady to like come get you or whatever, and then you go back up to that exact same like to that exact same little kiosk or whatever, and then you pay like 100 and something more. So one thing you guys should know, if you're paying cash, is going to be exact, but if you do pay with card, because I didn't have any cash on me, because like not a lot of people use cash these days, so I had a card, and they charge you a few dollars extra because you're using card, bitch. And I didn't think that that was fair, but you know, I had like a few extra dollars on my card, so you know, I would say make sure you have roughly around $200 to $300. I don't remember how much the full price was, because you know, it was like back in April. So I mean, obviously when I insert the video at the end, you guys might be able to see like my price or whatever. So that's pretty much it. You go to the clearance, or you go get your clearance at the courthouse, 34th or 36th District Court. So you can get your clearance, so they can make sure you're all good. You don't have anything on your like background or whatever. Then you go to the court, or yeah, no, that you just left the courthouse. So after you leave the courthouse, you gotta call the number. You gotta set up an appointment to go to the police station. That's what I forgot to. You gotta call this number. You gotta set up an appointment to go to the police station, and you're supposed to have your clearance before you go to the police station, because me and my dance partner Suge Love, like, we did not have our clearance. We were so dumb, guys. Like, the agent told us to get to his house at 11 so he can give us a paper, and we had I had a 1:15 appointment, and Suge Love, my dance partner, the childhood friend I was telling you about, she had a 1:30 appointment. So when he said you had time to like do everything, bitch, tell me why our fat asses went to get something to eat. We went to go get something to eat instead of going to get our clearance, so that way we could have our clearance in time of our appointment. Because what we ended up doing, we ended up showing up at the courthouse, and we thought we had an appointment at the courthouse to get our clearance. But no, we had an appointment at the police station, and we had to have our clearance before we got to the police station. So that's something, like, it was basically misinterpreted, or like we misunderstood what he was saying, pretty much. But yeah, so you have to have your clearance before you go to the police station. And then at the police station, they go and you got to get your picture taken when she calls you back. That's pretty much what you're doing. So make sure you look all cute or whatever, because when you go to these clubs and these clubs ask you for your cabaret license, you got to turn it in. So if you fucked up with your driver's license, you can at least look cute with your cabaret license. Even though the cabaret license, their picture is kind of blurry and funky, it's not all of that good. But like, make sure you looking cute, because I know the first time when I got my driver's license, they took a picture and I thought I looked cute, but like, I really did, and I should have had my hair like better or whatever. But you know, like, that was like my mistake. But like for my cabaret license, you know, I dressed up, but looked like a cute little pumpkin. And you know how, like, if you're watching YouTube videos on how to become a stripper, when they say looks is everything, literally, like, my driver license picture, obviously I came in looking all cute. I had a different hairstyle or whatever. For my driver's license, I just had like my natural bun, and it wasn't even a cute bun. It was like a funky bun. And yeah, so I felt like the manager didn't really call me back, because he looked at my pictures and he was like, why do I want to hire this weird looking girl? But you know, I ended up going out in person, speaking to the manager, And he was like, oh yeah, you cute or whatever. And then I was like, yeah, so I already applied. He was like, you did? And I'm like, yeah, my name is Pumpkin. I applied for a dancer. And he went to like look at the applications. And then he saw my he saw like my license. He was like, huh, this is you? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, oh, you guys do not look alike. Yeah, it was pretty awkward. It was super awkward. But like, make sure you look cute. Just like, you're there to make some money, just like you're going on a high expensive date, okay? Make sure, why is my hair acting up? Okay, make sure you're going to look, good and cute, because looks do matter at the club. You guys should already know that. So after me and my dance partner, Shug Love, went and we got our clearance and our cabaret license, we were still in the Detroit police parking lot. And we got done like around 11 something, because it was Tuesday. Oh yeah, so that's when I said like we fucked up, like it was a misinterpretation. So we went there on a Friday, and then they were closed on the weekends, so we literally had to wait next week. So that Tuesday, so Monday we went to the courthouse to get our clearance done. We set up an appointment for Tuesday to get our clearance, which was at 10:45 and 11 o'clock. I don't remember who's had appointment, but at that Tuesday we had a 10:45 appointment and an 11 o'clock appointment, or 10:45, yeah, and an 11 o'clock appointment, because we fucked up. Like, so if you don't get your clearance before you go to the Detroit police office, like they're not gonna let you in. Because we wasn't even able to go in, because like I said, we was late. We decided to eat instead of going to get our clearance, because the agent did tell me 2 different addresses, but like I said, I goofed and I didn't understand what he was talking about when he said you guys should have enough time. But yeah, so after we did all of that, now everything was like all cleared up. After we got our clearance and our cabaret license, we was in the driveway of the police station. And my dance partner, Shug Love, she called Players. And we spoke to a manager named Matt. And so, because it was 11 something by the time we called, right? So, and I'll insert everything at the end of the video, because I tried editing it, making a video before. And I was talking while she was talking. You guys can't really hear, so I'll just insert everything at the end of the video, so you guys will like hear the conversation, because I had her put the phone on speaker, because I was recording all geeked and whatever, but she called Players, and a manager named Matt picked up the phone. And so because she was there before, but then she got pregnant, so she had to like stop or whatever. So she knew the main manager, John, guys. And she called and she was like, yeah, so me and my dance partner, Pumpkin, we was told by a manager named John that we could come and start working after we get our cabaret license. Because like I said, for Detroit clubs, you have to have this little license to do anything, to do a waitressing, to do a bartender, to do shot girl, and obviously a dancer. To do anything, you have to have this little license. So she was on the phone talking to Matt, and Matt was all like, oh yeah, so you guys got your license? Well, we open at 12, so if you guys want to come at 12, you guys only have to pay like tip out, and that's it. And tip out was only like $30, guys. So we was like, oh really? All right, bet. And I guess it was like looking at the time or whatever, because she said, oh, I don't think we'll be able to make it. And then he was like, you're applying for a job and you're telling me you're not gonna be able to, I don't know, he said something along those lines. I just thought it was funny. We kind of laughed. But yeah, so it was like 11 something. So we went to get something to eat again. We went to like this Coney Island place, which was literally like 2 or maybe 5 minutes away from the club. So that's where we went to eat. And then we went to Players to start. So like I said, I'm gonna insert everything at the end of the video. So we ended up going inside Players, and we told them who we were. We like, hi, my name is Pumpkin, Shug Love. We spoke to a manager named Matt. He said we could start today. And he was like, oh yeah, that's me or whatever. And he handed us like application, like 2 things of papers. So the first one was a COVID screening, like asking, like it's COVID. So you guys, obviously, if you were to seen, like, have you been in contact with anyone with COVID? Have you traveled? Stuff like that. And then the second paper that we filled out was, like, like your dance names or stage name and like what you want to be known as, stuff like that. And then and then he asked for our driver's license and obviously our cabaret license. And so we gave that to him and he made copies of it, which is why, he asked for it so he can like make copies of it. And after we got done signing everything, he gave us our licenses back and we grabbed our stuff and he walked us down to the girls' lockers room. And me and Suge Love was like the only dancers there because, they open up to the public at 12. And so I guess there don't be that many customers coming in around that time. So it was just us two. We were the only ones there. So we went downstairs to the girls' lockers room, and it was like this long thing of stairs. Mind you, we're wearing heels and shit. So we met the house mom. She was pretty nice. I got like a little 2-piece set from her. I like it. It says culture. It was super cute. But yeah, we met the house mom or whatever. We ended up changing onto like our dance outfits. And we made some money. Okay, I think I made 100 and something on my first night. And I watched YouTube videos of girls only making like 30, stuff less than 100. And I made 100 and something. I think that was including tip out. So I think I made more, if I didn't pay tip out. And then I still made a decent amount after tip out. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to tell you guys? So for the club we was at, you have to dance on stage. Because I know when I went, we went up because we had to meet the DJ, and the DJ was asking us like, what type of songs do we dance to? What songs do we like? And we ended up telling him, and then obviously I asked him, I'm like, do you have to dance on stage? And he was like, well, what do you mean? And he looked at Suge Love like she's supposed to know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, yeah, like, I know I watched a YouTube video and there was this one girl, I think it was Stripper Life of Free, that said you could pay off the DJ if you didn't want to dance, or it was probably another stripper, but he was like, no, you have to dance on stage. So he was nice enough, he let, so he made Suge Love go on first, like for her first song, so she danced one song by herself, and then by the second song, because there's 3 songs, you're supposed to stay on stage for 3 songs. The club was nice enough to like let us know when our songs was over, like, like when we can get down. Like he basically introduced us. He's like, all right, everybody, this is Pumpkin's coming up in 3, and 3 means after 3 songs basically. And then when we're done with the songs, then he'd be like, all right, that was Pumpkin, let's give it up for Pumpkin, like hyping everybody up, even though there was like maybe 3-4 people there, because he was there in the morning. But yeah, so Suge Love went first because I was more nervous and scary, and I only knew like a little bit of pole tricks, and so yeah, it was not really all that comfortable, but it was a lot less people there, so it wasn't that bad. But like still getting up on stage in front of people, that was super super nerve-wracking. So Suge Love went on stage first. For her first song, she danced by herself. I'm sitting at the chairs that's like next to the little that's next to the stage, and then after her song was over with, he called me up, and then I went up, and we ended up dancing together for the second song and for the third song. So then after her third song came, after her third song was done, then she got off, and then I danced like by myself for the last song, basically. And And I really am thankful that he did end up doing that, because like I said, I was like super nervous. But you know, once you get on stage, you know, you're feeling it, you're dancing to the songs. So like I said, he let us pick our songs. So, you know, we was obviously turned and whatever, like in the mood and shit. But yeah, so that was nice. What other questions would you guys ask? Don't knock my phone down, Grayson. Thank you. What other questions would you guys ask? Was it hard? I would say yes, it is kind of hard. I mean, obviously, if you're applying, because I wanted to apply for a waitress, but when I did, because, you know, I was the driver, Suge Love, she didn't have a car, nor was she like that skilled with driving, so I drove her. So I said I was applying for a waitress. He had me, like, he gave me another application to fill out. And then, even though I already told him I filled out an application, but he was like, okay, well, we don't have anybody to train you right now for waitressing. So he was literally about to kick me out of the club. And so Kayla was like Suge Love was like freaking out. She was like, wait, but you don't want to dance, you know? So that's pretty much how I actually started dancing, I guess. But I originally wanted to be like a shot girl or a waitress. Yeah. What else? What else is there to tell you? So yeah, so if you don't know what tip out is you pretty much pay the DJ and the house mom, and some people make you pay like the valet and the bartenders. It all depends, but I only just had to pay the DJ and the house mom. Oh, so the pole that on the stage that we went on, it spins. And there was also a misconception that like the floors is slippery. I didn't really fall on stage at all, honestly. I did most of my falling walking down the stairs. So if I'm being like completely honest, so like falling, you don't really have to worry about that. What other questions did you guys have? Do you guys have? Yeah, okay. I guess that's it. So if you guys have any other questions for me, don't be afraid to like, you know, comment down below, or like, yeah, comment down below, or if you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, you know, like text me it, like private message me, and then if I get like a lot of questions, and I might just make a Q&A stripper video for you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much. Oh yeah, so for the audition, we didn't really do no audition. We pretty much told Matt that we already got hired by John. He just told us to come back once we had our license, basically. So no, there was like no nerve-wracking audition. And even if there was, I would rather you do your audition like when the club first opened, especially if you're nervous, because like bitch, I was nervous as fuck. So if you want to get your audition done out the way, do it as soon as the club first opens up, because that way it's only a few customers. The only people that's basically watching you is the bartenders, the waitresses, and obviously, you know, like the security guard or whatever. That's basically it. You don't got nobody else watching you. Even then, like when I was there, like some of the customers, they were like there on their lunch break, just eating and drinking beer. So you is 100% straight, okay? So go in the morning. If you do it like while they're busy, then obviously you're gonna have like a bunch of people watching you. Players only has like one stage, which is why I said to go in the morning, because if you go at night, like everybody gonna be watching you. Especially if you're nervous, like that's, I don't know how you gonna feel about that. But yeah, so comment down below if you guys have any other questions. I'm gonna insert everything at the end of this video. Yeah, but yeah, I might actually post like a Q&A for people that have like any questions they want to ask me. But yup, so this is for all the people that's been asking me and telling me to make a YouTube channel. Here y'all go. This is pretty much gonna be a channel of me vlogging my journey, other story times, because I kind of have like a lot of story times. Like, I moved out when I was 19. I wanted to do it earlier, but you know, me and my granny, we got an interesting relationship. I bought my first car all on my own. Yeah, I'm working at a plant, you know, so like I have lots of story times. But yeah, so you guys know what to do. Like, I don't know why I did that. Like and subscribe and like comment any questions. Or you can even like do suggestions on like what type of videos you guys want me to do next. But yeah. Thanks you guys. Alright. Okay, so this is the clearance that I got from the courthouse. 36th District Court. Okay, so this is the building we went to for us to get our cabaret license. Okay, so here I am going into a very detailed what you call it, like a very detailed like video. I don't even think I was even supposed to record, but here's like everything that I basically did on the kiosk. So as you see, the $75, I feel like that was like the remaining fee that I had to pay. All in total it was 100 and something, because we joined in April and July, which is my birthday, was like right around the corner. So these are all the buttons and steps that I had to do. I had to insert my name and my credit card. Oh, and if you used card, they charged like $3 extra, kind of like ATM machine. But yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I was coming to do that, okay?
The next clip, you'll hear Shug talking to the manager.
Did all of that. Like, we went to go get the application, the clearance, and then we got our
I'll see you today at noon.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you guys get here at noon, there'll be no house fees, and you can just pay DJ and house phone.
Okay, sweet. Thank you. All right, bye.
These are the forms that the manager had us fill out.
Right down the street, make a right. Thank you. I'll go down with you. I got to go over a couple of rules with you.
Okay. Oh, I have a question. Last time I came, you guys was that was like $30. What is it now?
DJ and house phone. That's $30.
You better fuck it up to this song. You better balance.
Oh my god. So you guys can hear my dance partner trying to hype me up, because as I said in the video, I was scared. I did not even want to go on stage. And I basically had to like learn how to kind of like basically dance on stage, because this is obviously my first time on the floor. So I don't really know how to like arch my back properly, but as you can see, I had a great ass time. And $50 in my little money bag.
Hey, get it pumpkin, get it pumpkin, get it pumpkin. What? Yes. Arch your back. Yeah.
So as you guys can see, I did have fun. You know, I ended up learning the little game on stage. Hence all the little money I made on my first night. Okay, so this is what the cabaret license looks like. Hey guys, excuse my hair. I'm like getting ready for bed, but I'm doing a little vlog as you guys saw. So I'm gonna just do a little money count before I go to bed. So this is what I got. Yeah, so let's count this bird. So 20, 40, So this is $40 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, alright, so the camera just cut out. So here we are, 40, this is 10, so 50, 10, 60, 10, 70. Yeah. So I have $70 that I walked home with tonight, and I did pretty good. I was watching YouTube videos, and girls on their first days were like making $30 or whatever, and tip out was $30, and then I had to play valet, which was $7. So I made a total of $110 today, like in total. So that's me counting the $7 valet and then the $30 tip out. So 110.